All right, this is problem number 43, and it's a pretty straightforward problem. It's basically just calculus. We do have this expected value and this absolute value to deal with. So we do the expected value of a continuous function. We multiply the function by x before proceeding with the integration, and when we use an absolute value and we have part of our domain is negative, we just split the domain in two and handle two separate integrals. So let's go ahead and do that. Our first piece of integration is going to be from -2 to 0. We take all the negative values on the domain and we're going to multiply that integral by negative, or -1. And why do we do that? Well, what does the absolute value do? It takes anything that's a negative and turns it positive. So we take that part of the domain and we're going to turn it positive by multiplying by -1. To the expected value, we'll use x squared over 10, integrate that, plus the rest of the domain from 0 to 4, again, x squared over 10, and there's no change here, right, because the absolute value on positive numbers has no effect. So we just leave this part 0 to 4 left. So let's do the integration. This here would be negative x to the third over 30 using the power rule, evaluated from -2 to 0. And then we will add on x to the third over 30, evaluated from 0 to 4. And I'll go ahead and write out every piece here. Let's maybe go horizontal. So input 0, we have negative 0 to the third over 30 minus -2 to the third over 30. And we'll come back to that expression in just a moment. Plus 4 to the third over 30 minus 0 to the third over 30. So obviously this term and this term don't matter. They're just going to drop away and become zeros. So let's start here. -2 to the third is -8, times this negative is +8, then times this negative is -8. So I would say this little sign trap right here is something to watch out for. So we'll end up with -8 over 30 for the first term. And then right here, 4 to the third is 56. No, 4 to the third is 64. 64 over 30. And then, of course, when we simplify, 64 minus 8 is 56. So we have 56 over 30, which reduces down to 28 over 15, or about 1.888 repeating, or maybe it's 886. Let me check my calculator. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, 1.86 repeating. Yeah, so there you have it. To recap, when you do an expected value for a continuous function, multiply by x, and then proceed with the integration. If you have to do an absolute value, take the part of the domain that is negative and split the integral into two pieces. Take that part of the domain that's negative, multiply by negative out front, and then just proceed. So pretty straightforward problem. Final answer here is D.